Hey guys, with the release of the new Redshift Blender plugin, I kind of wanted to go over briefly how to install it because the installation process is manual currently and it is not an automatic thing. And I've noticed some users have asked, hey, how do I install Blender in the forums and also in the Facebook group? So I decided to show you guys how to do that. So first off, go to Blender obviously and get the latest build. The Redshift plugin is an actual plugin. It is not a special Blender build, so it works just with regular Blender. So pick that up. Right now, it actually works with 2.92 as of today, December 3rd, 2020. But just make sure it might not always be compiled for like the latest experimental Blender release. So typically I recommend you guys go with whatever is the current main release. Right now it's 2.91. So after you're done downloading that, you're going to want to head over to the Redshift customer build section in the forums, and you're going to want to get the latest 3.0 build. 3.033 as of today is the latest. So you're going to come in here, download that. And once you're done downloading the plugin and installing Redshift, what you're going to end up with is the install folder section with Redshift. It's in your program data folder. You can get to this on Windows by just typing the % and then typing in program data % and then the slash Redshift and so on. Or you could just look for it in the directory. And this folder is usually hidden on Windows if you don't have show hidden folders active. So program data, and inside of here you're going to go to plugins, and you'll notice in this list Blender. And so in here right now it detects what Blender version you have installed, and it automatically adds that build. Right now, this is the first release of the Blender plugin, and actually 2.91 released, I believe, right after. So it still works, though, so there's no reason to worry about it. And inside of this folder, there'll be a Redshift for Blender zip file. And so this is the file you need to tell Blender to load in the plugin if you want to use the Blender add-on plugin install. So let me open up Blender and I'll show you guys what I mean. So here I am inside of Blender 2.91 that I just finished installing. And you got to go up to the edit menu, preferences, and you're going to want to be in the add-ons section. And you're going to click install, and you're going to just want to paste in that directory. So see program data, Redshift, plugins, Blender. Even though the plugin is for 2.90, it will work with 2.91. Usually the Blender application itself doesn't change too much between these builds where it would break the plugin. But you know, if for some reason things aren't working, you might have to wait for Redshift to release a new version. But for now, at least, this will work. So all you got to do is select this, click install the add-on, give it a second to do what it's doing, and just search to make sure the Redshift render engine is active. And in here you'll notice the directory path, report a bug button, remove, and so on. You can actually manually install this. So what you could do, instead of doing it this way for some reason, you could actually dive into this folder, into the zip, and open up the directory for the Blender installation. So you could actually go into your app data roaming Blender Foundation, and actually the easy way to get to this is you just do a % app data %, and it'll take you into there, and you can just look for the Blender Foundation folder. And inside of here you will find the Blender folder, click this, find the version of Blender you're using, so 2.91, and if that folder doesn't exist you can create it. And inside of scripts, add-ons, Redshift, so you can just copy paste drag the contents of the zip install into there, and replace the old one if you want to do it this way instead of doing it through the actual Blender user interface. So now that that's set, I do need to restart Blender. So I'm going to close Blender and open it back up. And now that Blender is open again, you can just click away. You need to come up here to your render properties and switch the render engine to Redshift. And this will automatically update everything to kind of work with Redshift. So if I scoot this up, and let's just make a simple shader. Let's switch to the shader editor. Let's make sure I have our box selected here. We're going to go up to the material properties, add node tree, and it'll automatically build our Redshift material. And so we've got all our options in here. I've noticed that some people are asking how come some options are not available here, and that's because certain rollout options are not set to appear here as inputs and outputs. For example, the max on noise, you're not going to actually see the noise type available on the node itself. And the reason is just because this is how Redshift works in all the other applications. Only the inputs and outputs are exposed in the node level, and inside of your parameters here for the selected node, you'll get all the extra options that aren't available here on the node itself. So yeah, let's actually make a light. Let's go up to add, go under our lights, and here we've got our Redshift lights. I'm just going to pick a distant light. So this is the physical sun and sky. You'll notice that it's set to physical sun. We're going to go up here to our world properties, and we're going to switch to physical sky since that's what we're going to be using. And now if I start a viewport render, it should be generating a render using our current shader we assigned. And yeah, let's give that a test and see what happens. So go to viewport shading, and there we go. We've got our sky, our box here, and everything's rendering as we would expect it. And so you could, update the shaders live if you want. So you could switch this to some blue. You can adjust the roughness. And so on. So cool. Yeah, so that kind of just is a quick little introduction how to install Blender Redshift plugin, and a quick little setup to just get the physical sun and sky going, and how you could also manually install the plugin without using Blender's preferences add-on system. So yeah, hopefully you guys can start playing around with this if you're a customer. This is not available in demo form just yet for people that don't have Redshift, but I assume it will be eventually once the beta is a little further along and they feel like releasing it as a demo. For now, it's only available to Redshift customers. So, but yeah, thanks again, guys, for all the support on Patreon. I really appreciate it. And also here on YouTube, if you guys are more interested in Houdini and more advanced tutorials, definitely check out my Patreon. It's linked below. And thanks, and have a great day.